Oh! Somebody! Oh! He needs some milk!
We all should know by now that Nintendo is not a perfect company. They make amazing games and made an amazing movie with another one on the way, but pretty much like every company, Nintendo definitely had its share of controversies with its series. Today we're looking at controversies from the Super Mario series. Being the most popular series in Nintendo and the most popular game series in history, you could bet there is a ton of controversy involved. From censures to injuries to even using slurs, I'm taking a look at all that in today's video. And now let's get on with the video. You guys didn't think I would go on with the video without telling you all to subscribe, right? Look, I've only got 1.8% of my audience subscribed and 98.2% who's not. So if we could switch that around, I would really love that. Thanks, and now on with the video. Number 10, the Mario Party joystick incidents is what I like to call this. Have you ever wondered why the Mario Party 1 version in the Nintendo 64 collection on the Switch has a warning about rotating the joystick when you start it up? Well, most of you probably already heard about this before, but if you haven't, in the original Mario Party there were 5 minigames that made you rotate the joystick. Petal Power, Tug of War, Paddle Battle, and even the minigames Deep Sea Divers and Castaways. Back in the day when players were playing on the actual N64, they used their palms to rotate the joystick because it was faster. It didn't end well for some, as some players would get blisters and other injuries to their hands, including one kid getting a tetanus shot and another even getting a second-degree burn. So you're probably wondering, what did Nintendo say about this? Well, Nintendo really didn't say anything at the time. They did update their Mario Party hotline. Since there were no YouTube or anything to help people with games they were stuck on, they had official hotlines you could call for help. So the Mario Party hotline would have now started to tell players to not use the palm in their hands for rotating the joystick and just use their fingers basically. Even after this, there were still injuries being reported. The New York Attorney General got involved, and both the Attorney General and Nintendo agreed for Nintendo to start releasing protective gloves to their players. And now recently, in the Mario Party Superstars version of Tug of War and Castaways, they have warnings for using their palms for the minigames. And like I said before, Nintendo put a warning for the N64 collection version of the game when starting up. Number 9, PETA and Nintendo. So we all should know PETA by now, known for their concerning and controversial ways they come about animal abuse and other things that are happening to animals in the world. So when Super Mario 3D Land released, PETA then created a website called Mario Kills Tanuki. It was like a creepypasta flash game where Mario has to run away from a skinless animal because Mario is wearing his fur. Basically, PETA was upset because Mario was wearing a Tanuki suit, implying that Mario literally skinned a raccoon or something to get it. And by the way, if you don't know this wasn't the first time PETA has made a fake game for similar reasons. As you can imagine, Nintendo was not happy about this. When they responded, they basically said that Mario has already been dressing like an animal in past games and it makes the games fun, which is pretty reasonable. I mean, all the animal transformations that Mario has taken before this, it was shocking that PETA would now respond in this way. And this isn't even the first appearance of the Tanuki suit. The PETA spokesperson said it was a fun way to call attention to a serious issue. Yeah, this is fun, alright, and totally won't scare younger children. The Flash game had obviously caused controversy for being absurd. No outcome really came of this. I mean, the website is still up and you can still play this, and plus PETA has made another Flash game for other Nintendo games as well. Number 8, Actor versus Nintendo. There have been numerous lawsuits against Nintendo over the years, but this one really stuck out to me as this is really the only instance where we saw an actor sue Nintendo. During the promotion for the DK Country Returns 3D game, Nintendo held an event at the LA Zoo, which had a lot of things involved. But the thing that most people wanted to do was a meet and greet with the DK costume. Inside that DK suit was actor Parker Mills. In late 2014, Parker sued Nintendo, saying that he wasn't properly supervised. He wasn't allowed breaks or anything during the entire thing. Because of this and tons of stress added, he had an aortic dissection and even had to get surgery. You would think after this Nintendo would fix this issue by having their actors take breaks and make sure they're okay under that costume in future events, but no, the same thing happened again in 2016 to actor Michael Ocontrillo in another DK suit in the California Mall for another promotional event. The actor also had permanent damage along with mental and emotional distress. You're probably thinking, what did Nintendo have to say about these things? Absolutely nothing. To be honest, it was just kind of swept under the rug. Number 7, Slur number 1. When Mario Party 8 was released in July of 2007 in the UK, it was immediately recalled. At first, Nintendo said the reason for this recall in the UK was because of an assembly error and some copies had the wrong version of the disc. It was later found out that the real reason the game was recalled was because it included a slur. On the board Shy Guy's Perplex Express, when you come across a Magic Koopa that says, "Magic Koopa Magic, turn the train this word, make this ticket tragic." If you guys don't know what this word is, it's basically a slur in the UK for people that have mental disabilities. The game was banned for a month when this was heard about, and it was re-released in August in that same year with the word changed to erratic. Number 6, Slur number 2. Here's one that you guys probably haven't heard about. When the Wrecking Crew game was released in Japan, Foreman Spike's name wasn't the name the US and Europe got. Japan had this name. You wanna know what this word translates to?
Oh!
Yeah, I don't even need to explain how this is unacceptable. But when it was time for the release of the anime Super Mario Bros. Movie in Japan, Spike's name was changed to the one we know for obvious reasons. Number 5, slur number 3, and the final slur we're talking about is the infamous Nintendo tweet. April 22nd, 2015 was a time to be a Nintendo fan, especially if you were following their Twitter. The social media rep had a little mistake. The rep posted a picture of Waluigi on a Wiggler. The post was obviously supposed to read, reply wow for hashtag Waluigi Wednesday, and reply flower emoji for Wiggler Wednesday. The rep just forgot the L in Wiggler Wednesday, and thus the infamous tweet was born. If you don't know this word is basically used for when a white person acts or imitates a black person. This tweet kinda created a meme rather than stirring up controversy, I will admit. The original was obviously deleted, and they made another tweet saying, when tweeting about one of our characters, we misled her. Oops, sorry about that. I mean, it was just a simple mistake, and it even became a trend afterwards, but it's still a slur, y'all, so watch out. Number 4, Super Mario Bros. Movie controversy number 1. Okay, so we all know where we were when Nintendo first announced the cast from the Mario movie, and that was a time to be alive. But did you know that Chris Pratt playing Mario not only sparked a bunch of memes and funny moments, but also a little controversy? One being that he was chosen over Charles Martinet, the former Mario voice, and another being that he was just using his normal voice and not even attempting an Italian accent. I'm not gonna lie, some of the tweets that were made about this were so funny. Chris Pratt responded to all this by basically saying that we just need to watch the movie, and that the Nintendo fan base was a really passionate fan base. In his defense, some Nintendo fans can get really angry at the smallest things. Don't lie. And this wasn't making them happy. Personally, I loved his voice from the beginning, but long story short, he proved everyone wrong, as he did a wonderful job voicing Mario, and it was an incredible movie. Number 3, Super Mario Bros. Movie controversy number 2. John Leguizamo, who played Luigi in the 1993 live-action Mario movie, has some things to say about the movie. He basically says that he won't watch the movie because of the lack of Latin representation in the film and that Latin people are underrepresented. He says that he was groundbreaking and they stopped the groundbreaking. I mean, I get where he's coming from about wanting more diversity with Latin people in films, but come on, man. To be honest, I just drew to the conclusion that he was jealous that his Mario movie didn't do too well. A lot of people were not happy about what he had to say either. One person wrote, speaking as a Mexican, what's wrong with the casting? The main characters are Italian and Peach is white. There's nothing wrong with blind race casting, but still, there's nothing wrong when it comes to races in this cast. If anything, he should be upset that Mario wasn't voiced by an Italian man. Another person wrote, I was groundbreaking. He sounds so narcissistic, so jealous that he didn't make it in the movie. I'm a proud Puerto Rican, but I don't need to be represented by a movie. I represent who I am every day. Leguizamo needs to go down another pipe drain and chill out. These are just a few of the things that people had to say about this. John goes on to say that he was boycotting the movie, which I'm pretty sure he was alone on that decision. I don't know if he ever got the courage to go see the movie, but if he hasn't, I hope he realizes that it's not that serious. Number 2, the Super Mario Odyssey box art. Speaking of representation, let's talk about the Super Mario Odyssey box art controversy. So it's probably been a long time since you've taken a look at the Super Mario Odyssey box art, so let's take a look. So we got Mario and Cappy in the front along with the logo, and screenshots from their adventure behind them. One of these screenshots was originally not going to be on here. The screenshot of Mario in Lake Kingdom was originally going to be a screenshot of Mario freezing in Sand Kingdom with the sombrero and poncho outfit. When this version of the box art was revealed, that specific picture was deemed stereotypical, as it was describing negative stereotypes of Mexican people and their culture. A lot of people were calling Nintendo racist after this. The picture was given the name Mexican Mario, and after all of this, the picture was changed to one of him in Lake Kingdom. And finally, number 1, Nintendo in 2020. This one is about Mario, but isn't about Mario. I mean, it involves Mario a little bit, but I'm just going to talk about it anyway. Man, was 2020 a year to be alive as a Nintendo fan? To be honest, it was just a year to be alive in general. First of all, other than New Horizons, Origami King, and 3D All-Stars, there were no other huge titles to come out of Nintendo. Plus, the numerous controversies surrounding Nintendo, with the most popular one being the free Melee movement. The Big House is a tournament series for Super Smash Bros. Melee that has been going on since 2011. During the chaos that was 2020, the Big House first decided that they were going to cancel the tournaments due to the pandemic. They then said that they were going to do it in December 2020, but then it got canceled. Not their decision, by the way, it was Nintendo. Nintendo put a cease and desist letter on them because they were unhappy that they were using an emulator that has online play for Melee on it. You don't even need to be a Nintendo fan to know that the fans were not happy at all. The hashtag Free Melee became huge on Twitter. It got so big in fact that the Splatoon community got involved, and around the time for the December 2020 North American Splatoon 2 tournament, and a bunch of players changed their name to support Free Melee. So what did Nintendo do? Cancel the whole event entirely. And what did the fans do? Start a hashtag Free Splatoon trend. Listen, I can make a whole video about this and Nintendo 2020 in general. With this, plus the whole bunch of videos that got taken down because of copyright and the infamous data leak, that'll be like a very long video. All in all, just know 2020 was a huge year for Nintendo and just a huge year in general. There you have it, the top 10 Mario controversies. Pretty sure there are a lot more, so part 2 maybe for another series. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button and the bell, and I will see you in the next one.